When I was growing up in the United States in the 1980s, I was watching a lot of these Vietnam War movies, and I was a war junkie. I liked watching movies about men and guns and things like that. And so when I was watching Platoon or Apocalypse Now, I would totally identify with the American soldiers and what they were doing up until the moment they killed Vietnamese people. And then all of a sudden I had a crisis. I felt like my self was being split in two. Couldn't figure out whose eyes I should be seeing this movie through, my own or Americans. And that split self lasted with me for a very long time. And part of what I wanted to do in the novel was to take my revenge on Hollywood by telling my own story, but also by satirizing America's cinematic obsessions with the Vietnam War. You know, Dwight D. Eisenhower coined the idea of the military-industrial complex, but I think things have gotten a little more sophisticated since then, so we really have a military, educational, entertainment complex, and Hollywood plays a key role in that. Hollywood is America's propaganda arm. It's a really crucial part of American soft power by telling American stories and exporting American stories all over the world, so that even as people might resist American politics globally, they nevertheless get seduced by the power of American stories. And in the case of the Vietnam War, I think that's precisely what happened. This is a war in which, ironically, it's the losers who get to rewrite history through Hollywood. And so when you watch Hollywood movies about the Vietnam War, one of the things that you take away from that is it's anti-heroic. Americans did bad things. And you could imagine that's not a great way to tell the American perspective. People like me, Vietnamese Americans and Vietnamese refugees, have responded very well to this book because they haven't seen this version of their history and of the Vietnam War told in my particular way. But also other people from other kinds of communities, African Americans, for example, Afghans, have also said, hey, this novel says something to us because we share a similar kind of experience, being people who are marginalized or rendered other, who have been overlooked or are having our experiences distorted in certain ways in American culture. So it's been really wonderful that the story that this novel tells has resonances with unlikely readers.